going live. Yeah. So we are on Minecraft. That game was not good. We ended up dying with the mammoth and the Ice King gauntlets. So I was like saying to myself, you know what? I think this is the perfect time to just get off of Fortnite and go play something casual like Minecraft. So we're gonna go play some Minecraft. I'm gonna show you what I was gonna say what is going on. Like, it does kick me from the world sometimes. Now, the reason why we're doing y'all probably know this, but we just completed the foundation pedestal of the statue, that's gonna be here. I didn't say exactly what statue it is gonna be yet, but this is gonna be kind of like a ruined down fort that's being repurposed into a pedestal base, which kind of looks like an homage to the Statue of Liberty almost. But it's not done yet. I still gotta like do all these. I think I'm gonna copy this pattern for that one, and that one, and that one. But then I'm gonna like seal off these areas. Like, so like down here, I'm gonna seal off, you know, where this line connects to here, where that line connects to there, and where that line connects to there, and then so like it forms a square. Because I want to have something right here in the middle. I want to have a core that powers the statue, so it looks like it's a beacon that holds my world together. Now if we actually go into the downtown area. This is actually what I cooked up. This is what I cooked up over here. And this is outside the Empire State Building. I think I might make, because I'm going to expand that building. So then I can add in our world map. Our world map of Etheria Heights. Now, what you don't know is that I do have the map, right? Is this the one I need? Nope. Actually, you know what? It is best if I keep the map on me. Because now if I head over there, see, it does still show that crater right there, which I'm actually gonna fix right now. So that's like mainly grass. Now, yes, it does become a bit of a breeding ground for animals down here. Usually I don't repair my creeper holes. In this case, this was from me testing out I think a mod called More TNT. I actually did end up testing the TNT. Now, yes, the worst part is that you guys do have to hear that annoying sound of me placing the grass block. Which, don't get me wrong, I don't hate hearing the sound. I just don't like it for some reason. Like, I'm never a big fan of that. There you go. Now it doesn't look ugly. It does not mean that there is still missing blocks. But I've been slowly but surely building this up over here. And also the reason why people have been like wondering, like, why have I been building a giant pedestal? I can't really say yet on the reason why. I'm also gonna grab our spruce and dark oaks stairs, because they do gotta go out, and then I'm gonna use, actually no, it should be lighter on the outside. Should be lighter on the outside, darker on the inside, and then it goes. Shut your mouth, shut your mouth, I'm not here, so something kind of like that almost. I'm gonna have that map in my offhand. Now I wanted to do something like this for like a while. I wanted to redesign that ugly looking building that y'all saw previously, but I haven't really had the chance to. But luckily, you know, with my free time actually approaching very high actually. Plus, I gotta start thinking about what am I gonna do for the outer edges, for these outer edges. I think that's good enough. And then we'll do something like this, but leaving that corner out kind of like that. And then we'll do sort of like the same design down here around each of the feet area. Now really you're supposed to have a crane out here when you're building, but since this is Minecraft, we don't have cranes, plus this whole structure could have fallen down. Like my Chrysler building actually could have just collapsed if I had like gravity, because everything is like stacked up behind one another, especially that huge piece of like metal. Like for Type A 101, the whole skeleton would just shear off. Same thing with the Patronus, the whole top area here would collapse. That would be mostly fine. The roof would be fine, probably. The Empire State Building and the the Chrysler Building and the Empire State Building could potentially collapse. But I do have plans for this. I gotta figure out what height this one is at. Negative 34. So what's this one at? -34. Can you kind of see the vision? Almost, guys. Can y'all see the vision? Because I know for a fact that there's gonna be this here in the middle. Bam, bat, 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 and bat. Oh, messed it up. I messed it up by accident. You're probably wondering why are y'all hearing a fan in the background? Because if you must know, it does get quite hot in my room. Like, kind of like the unhealthy type of hot. Because it gets about, I think, almost 100 degrees in my room. Sometimes it feels like 60. Sometimes it feels like 90. I don't recommend it, you know. And then I'm gonna run this on it too. So I think what we'll do is, because I want to kind of copy the same design we did for the windows. So what we'll do is we'll do something like this, and I'll run it down to the middle, so we can think. So then we'll put a pillar there, 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 and then of course a third right there. And then where this is, I want to like do something like this. So it's like something like that. So it has like an old like wooden to it. So like what do we think so far? You know, do leave comments if you do want if you want to, because like honestly, you know, it kind of exhausts me every single time when I'm doing a video. Like in this world, I'm actually like hitting my very low. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Now I'm gonna do a trim going around. Because it's a block above. The frick? Eh. I'm just gonna like ignore that. Yeah, there we go. Because now if we do bam, boom, yeah, boom. Man, of course. So I think what we'll do is that on the sides, we'll just move it. Mama. Girl. And then we'll just do that on this side. So like we'll block this. Just so that we could keep that look. No, it does look kind of weird, but shh. Mama. You're okay. While I'm at it, let me build up the little area where Now, the reason why it's like that is because I'm gonna put down slabs in granite like this, so that you can very barely see it. There we go. Now, if it was built on the right, like the right, not angle, but like the right size, then we could have had a perfect. See, the thing you gotta watch out when you're doing a giant base, like star shape like this, is that you really gotta like watch out where you're placing your blocks, because then you will end up with like a base shape like this, which is, instead of like that, it's this. So for me to fix this, I have to move it in some, which means right about there would be it. Mama, because these triangle bits are the hardest pieces to build, because you have to like double do it, like kind of like a double do it almost. But then you gotta make sure like you don't mess up when you're doing it. The reason why how I can tell you how you can really mess it up that badly. Look at well look at, well, you just saw it, but look at that compared to this. And I designed this place. Like I'll keep it the way it is, just for the nostalgia mistakes. But in the future, I will be careful. And then yeah, I think that's what we'll do is we'll get rid of these bottom middle ones, of these bits, and we'll replace it with, yeah, chiseled resin. It has like that mushy, blocky texture to it. And I'm gonna change the packed bricks up here to brick. Yeah, I want to change it to brick. And then I'm gonna do that side, and then I'm gonna do the corner, and then I'm gonna do that corner bit. But like, I'm sorry if I have to destroy this part. What color was it? Spruce. Now, the question is, do I like that little bit of detail? Oh yeah, I like that. I like that a lot actually. And then we'll cap this area. Now, if this was not on this like weird looking funky angle, I could probably do something like this and then do like a block, like a light block or something. But I'm not going to do that because of the fact that I don't want to. Yeah, like look at that, look at that. Like, whoa. That's the first time we get to see bricks in this area. And then it just gets absolutely... Yeah, it just gets absolutely taken over by the... By the... By the, granite... By the granite slabs. And with that gone, we can do that. And we can do that. Now we have this like cool little like castle-y thing. But remember, that is not what we're doing here. Now I gotta remember right here, yep. The reason why I'm putting like little arches in front of the doorways like this is one, because it just in a way looks a little bit better than what it was. And then two, it shows like, okay, so you can combine wood and you can combine your like two woods together to get this cool design. And then what we'll just do is that we'll just throw in a stair, a dark oak stair like this, facing inwards like this. So when you're far away like this, it kind of gives you like that. It kind of gives it like a little bit of upward depth. And I just realized I just created a face. I just realized I created a face. That's like the one thing that a lot of Minecraft builders hate, is how you create faces like that. But I'm thinking, right, since the bottom was fine on that side and that side was fine, that side and this side was fine, that side and that side was wrong, and which means that has to be elongated that way by like a few bricks, a few bricks. Yeah, by like a few bricks, definitely by a few bricks. Because even though it is, oh, it is, it's not. It looks like it's perfect this way, but when you turn it this way, it's not perfect. Uh-oh. I think that might jeopardize plans for a statue. I'm not gonna say who the statue is gonna be about. Let's just say it's gonna copy the same design of my skin. And it will use a creeper. It will have a creeper head. And it will be me, but this is what's gonna be known as the map room. So it's gonna be like our map room. So like the map room itself will actually be down here. That's what the core is gonna be. That's what the core is gonna be for. And then of course I've been thinking, right? Ever since the war in Iran started, usually I don't usually don't talk about wars unless I'm playing like Call of Duty or Fortnite or something like that. But I got a feeling, right, that we're gonna like occupy a good chunk of Iran, and then like the rest of it will become like a kind of like a not democratic, but like a wow. I have no words to use because I am afraid that someone's gonna be like, well, actually, that's actually not how we're gonna use that word. I'm gonna be like, yep, that's what I warned myself about. So I'm thinking what we can do is, okay, and then we're gonna add in this, stop racing, okay. Yeah, and another thing I'm gonna use. And then of course y'all know that with this section of the build, I'm gonna make sure I got the sides lined up perfectly. Yep, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. And it like aligns directly into the center. So if I go out this way, I should see. Yeah, I can see a giant pedestal being built. Now, right where the center block is, this is where we're gonna have the actual doors. So that you can view. Yep. So let's say that this is just a temporary floor, right? So you say you walk out here, you don't get to see really anything right now. But that's because I'm thinking, wait, does slabs give you like a little bit of, oh, it gives you like that perfect view, but not enough. But yeah, it gives like that nice like little view. I'm gonna throw that. So then if I grab a spyglass, right, and I'm right here, you can see quite a lot. You can even see like parts of the actual military base over there. Eventually I'm gonna shut them doors. But this is what it's gonna be like on all the sides here. Directly in the middle. So let me just get this. People are probably like wondering like they're like probably like, geez, bro's building a giant thing. And I'm like, yeah, I'm building a giant thing. People are probably like saying is Creeper's like out of his mind or something. And people are gonna probably gonna be like, yeah, he's definitely out of his mind if he's building this big project here. Yes, I am a little bit out of my mind for doing something like this big. This part here is actually gonna be this part of the pedestal. It's actually gonna be short, and you will be able to go to the top here. But it's gonna be like a player statue. It's gonna be kind of like a player statue, but it's gonna be an homage to a certain founder of a certain city. I might do the entire skin I'm wearing, but like I'm not doing that. So when you're looking from afar away, does that kind of look like the Statue of Liberty type thing? Yeah. So it's not gonna be a Statue of Liberty. I'm not gonna use all of that just to build a statue. I'm gonna build myself, but it's gonna be a relatively small statue. Chesnia. What I feel like, yeah, we'll just do it. We'll just do it like that. Yeah, like I said, this area over here is not gonna be perfect really either. That's what it looks like from afar. Yeah. Yeah, it's a nice little detail. The reason why the floor is like this is because I'm gonna put normal glass. I'm gonna put normal glass here so that you can see directly into where the core is gonna be. Remember, you walk into the front doors there, and you get to see this giant map here. Now the map is actually gonna be just the map I'm using, but the outer layer is gonna be surrounded by I want to say on the corners we'll use reinforced deep slate, and it's gonna get covered by glass too, so it's gonna be like a layer of probably polished deep slate covers the bottom, so you don't have to see the ugly looking bedrock, and then so on and so forth. But what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna put up a guardrail. Because what you don't know is, look at this. So this is our little area where you can go and see the core. But I really like this though. This area here really took me long to build. But I'm gonna use sea lanterns to light up the place. I'm actually gonna sneak a sea lantern in the corner, so that you can have a little, since I think it blends directly in with the, right? Yeah, it blends directly into with the diorite, so it perfectly matches. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a ring going around like this. So like I'm gonna do a ring of sea lanterns going around and around, something like this. And then I'm gonna put that in there. I do have to build up one, because when I do, because this is gonna be the final layer for this part of the building. Then I'll fill this in, and then I'll fill this in with I'll fill in this whole area here with probably like some slabs, but leave two squares for the feet, which are the boots here, So I have to figure out the dimensions of that. So yeah, it's gonna be something like this. And then I'm just gonna go directly to the center and just do this. Go directly to the center and do something like this. Now, like I said, I'm gonna fill this entire thing in. But once we get done with this, we'll mark out the outlines. And this is gonna go up like one more level. Yeah, I definitely see it. It might not look like it, but I can definitely see it. So let me give you, oh, and yeah, I do have forever, I have haste and night vision, like forever. I think we're gonna set up like some beacons next time. But yeah, so down here we got like the little floor here, because then eventually because like we're gonna remove this. This is gonna be like our next big thing. We're gonna remove this, but when you exit out of the door and say you want to go visit or view the city, you can. This is the view that you get, and this is the only view you're gonna get from over here. If you go over to this way, you can see the doors to the military base. Probably tomorrow. What we'll do is, or maybe tomorrow. I don't know. Depends, you know. We'll mark out the outlines for the for like the legs, but we also gotta figure out where that road's gonna go over here, and we can fit it over here, but I gotta figure out a bridge design here and here. That's still gonna get torn down, but I'm thinking I can turn this area over here into a medieval style bridge, like 16th century style bridge, and I'll do that probably later today if I'm not busy. But anyways, y'all know what to do. Like, subscribe, turn your on. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.